Hello and welcome back to the Kickapoo High School Broadcast Podcast, KHS School Trivia, Episode 3. I'm your host, Mr. Kyle Loudis, Director of the Chief TV Broadcast Journalism Department here in Springfield, Missouri. We're back for another sweet episode of our Kickapoo Trivia Podcast. Joining me today in the studio, room 241, as always, is my main dude in a great mood who often gets paid to serve food, Chief TV alumni, Michael Deck.
What's up, Kickapoo? How's it going, Loudis? I'm super excited to bring our viewers another great episode today. We had a great response from our last two episodes. Let's do some more.
So you know the deal with our school. We've got so many cool people and events here. Kickapoo Broadcast has an incessant urge to show them off. So here's how this is going to work. While you're listening along, we'd like you to answer these chiefy questions as best you can.
And we here at KHS Chief TV encourage you to keep score. We researched and wrote these trivia treats just for our listening area. And we believe that if you listen up around school, you'll probably know the answers.
Hey, before we get into the episode, let's answer last episode's final trivia questions. Okay, so the video game that our round change sound effect comes from, none other than Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on the OG Nintendo Entertainment System. We also quizzed you last time about the secret celebrity voices that announced the questions. So, did you guess any? The first voice was Scar, played by Jeremy Irons. He announced the first 5 questions. Alan Rickman, as Severus Snape, announced the next set. John Hurt, the voice of the Sorting Hat in the Harry Potter films, announced the final set of questions. Now, did you guess the connection between these voices? This one's obscure. Not only are all these guys awesomely British actors, each one has voiced a Disney villain. Now, Scar, of course, was from The Lion King, but Alan Rickman voiced Absalom in the live-action CGI hybrid of Alice in Wonderland. John Hurt voiced the Horn King in The Black Cauldron. Now, how's that for some obscure Disney trivia, huh? Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's jump in. You ready, Chiefs? Kickapoo Trivia, Episode 3, November 2023. Here we go.
Round 1, Kickapoo History and Habitudes. In this round, each correct answer earns you 1 point. There are a total of 5 questions focusing on our high school's history and traditions. Round 2 includes staff and administration trivia. We call that section the Teacher's Lounge. And in round 3, we'll showcase and quiz you on current events and students who are moving and shaking around at Kickapoo High. We'll reveal the correct answers at the end of each round so you can keep track of your scores as we go along, and try to win against anyone else you're listening with.
Hey, Michael, looks like we've had a fake artificial intelligence-generated voice just walk into the studio.
Hello, Kickapoo Chiefs. This is the voice of God, Morgan Freeman, wishing you a happy round 1.
Oh, Michael, now it looks like some actual real-life Kickapoo people just walked into the studio. Hey, will you guys announce the questions? Yeah, will you announce them? Sweet. Okay. All right, listeners, try to identify the voices announcing these question numbers today. Not only are they awesome people, they all share a Kickapoo connection. Try to name them and the connection, and we'll reveal those answers next episode. Now, back to this episode's tricky trivia. Okay, here we go.
Question 1.
Before the cafeteria/student center/commons area at Kickapoo existed, the building was very, very different. What existed in the Student Center Commons before construction was completed in the 2010s?
Question 2.
Kickapoo students have always enjoyed driving to school and parking in the parking lot before and after school to socialize with friends. Many Kickapoo alumni may remember when the parking lot was, quote, first come, first served, and the farthest lot was only gravel rocks. Even now in 2023, with paved spaces and numbered spots, what's the nickname for the parking lot closest to the football field since 1971?
Question 3.
The Veterans Day Assembly that took place on Friday, November 10th was a great display of celebrating our veterans. These vets have lived pretty different lives from the normal student. However, one thing that us students at Kickapoo and our vets have in common is having to take tests. What is the name of the entrance exam for the armed forces?
Question 4.
The graduating class of Kickapoo High School each year celebrates with hundreds of classmates. Last year, in May 2023, KHS seniors broke the record for more graduates than ever before. For the question, how many students, within 50, graduated from Kickapoo High School in 2023?
Question 5.
The Kickapoo softball program has excellent athleticism on the field as well as impressive GPAs off the field. You know, our softball team has an average non-weighted GPA of 3.77. Those are some smart kids. Now for the trivia question, what year was the Kickapoo softball stadium constructed and ready for play? For the bonus question this round, who is the coach of the varsity Kickapoo softball team?
All right, so question 1. What was there before the Commons was built?
Okay, Michael, this is wild. There was an outdoor courtyard area where the students and staff could eat lunch outdoors. The courtyard had trees and landscaping. There was even a Zen garden at one point. The whole place was surrounded by glass windowed hallways on all sides. It let in morning and midday and afternoon sunlight throughout the whole school. To be honest with you, it felt very different. Although school's cool now, I think about the courtyard regularly.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty interesting to have a big tree in the middle of the Commons or something. That sounds really peaceful. That also kind of explains the all the windows in the math hallways upstairs.
Yep. It was really cool to have a nice piece of nature smack dab in the middle of Kickapoo.
How about that answer for question 2? What was the nickname for the back parking lot right by the football field?
The area of parking near the football stadium has been affectionately known as the Back 40. You know, back in the day, this gravel area was a wild place to park and a wild time to be alive. The area got paved and lined and numbered in the mid-2010s.
All right, let's get that answer for question 3. What is the name of the entrance exam that you have to take to be a part of the armed forces?
Yeah, that one's called the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery Test, or its more common name, the ASVAB. On to question 4. How big was the graduating class of 2023?
Loudest, you're not going to believe this. The class of 2023 has 542 graduates. I mean, talk about huge.
Dang! All right, Kickapoo, I hope you got within 50 of that guess. The number was, again, 542. My graduating class had maybe 350, maybe?
So for question 5, what year was the Kickapoo softball stadium constructed? And for the extra point, who is the varsity team led by?
The softball field here at Kickapoo was constructed in 2015, and the girls have enjoyed playing on our home turf ever since. For the bonus point, our longtime varsity softball coach is none other than Coach Jason Hauser. He's been with the girls for 11 years.
Well, Chiefs, that does it for round 1. Now on to round 2. In this round, we'll have some trivia about staff and administration. We'll have a total of 5 questions again this round with a bonus question just like last time.
Ready for some funky facts from the Teacher's Lounge? Okay, here we go.
Kermit the Frog here. Me and Miss Piggy never miss an episode of your podcast. Happy round 2, Chiefs.
Question 6 of the day is...
The Counseling Center is ready and willing to help all Kickapoo students with academic needs as well as career guidance and personal issues you may be having in high school. There are 6 counselors. Name one.
Hey, Kickapoo fans, can you answer question 7?
The Kickapoo speech and debate team always has some feisty elocutionists, impersonators, and raconteurs on the squad, and now they've got an equally exuberant coach at the helm. Who's the new coach of the speech and debate team for 2023-2024?
Question 8.
We've had quite a few new hires to the faculty here at Kickapoo in the last couple years, and as a result have ushered in a new generation of young teachers, bringing fresh ideas to the classroom. As a current student at Kickapoo in 2023, you may have enrolled in courses such as English 2 or Grammar and Composition this year, and maybe, just maybe, you've experienced the fun Heather Wallace brings to her English students. For question 8, from what Springfield Public High School did Mrs. Wallace graduate?
All you big brains out there, question 9.
For question 9, you may hear a commotion in the northwest hallway. That's the sound of construction and woodshop magic being created. Whether it's the standard birdhouse or an intricate furniture piece, our materials and home construction courses always impress. Who is in charge of this entire department?
And question 10.
The A+ program ushers hundreds of students from Kickapoo to the post-secondary world of college and career training every year. Millions of tuition dollars have been earned by students just like you. With just a few extra responsibilities, such as volunteering and keeping good attendance, the A+ program is a big deal here at Kickapoo. This program is run by longtime staff member Mrs. Kim Harris with the assistance of Miss J.J. Dixon. What SPS high school did Mrs. Harris graduate from? Bonus point if you can name any sport she's coached in the past at Kickapoo. All right, let's tally up the answers for round 2.
First, let's hear from a counselor with the answer to question 6.
My name is Mrs. Busboom, and all the rest of the counselors are Mrs. Moran, Mr. Lumbus, Mrs. Wallace, Mrs. Miller, and Mr. Brown.
Cool, 6 counselors? That's a lot of professional helpers. Anyway, on to question 7.
Yeah, who's the new coach of the Kickapoo speech and debate team?
Hi, I'm Mrs. Brotherton, and I'm the new speech and debate coach for Kickapoo High School, where I work with kids 9th through 12th grade to prepare for competition in over 15 different events.
Side note, Kickapoo, the policy debaters are arguing with students all over the country about the merits of a universal basic income this year. Pretty interesting stuff. On to question 8. Let's hear from Heather Wallace in the English department and where she graduated from in high school.
Hi there, this is Miss Wallace, and I teach English. I graduated from Central High School.
Okay, Loudest, I know lots of students are interested in working with their hands in building. Which teacher helps head up that kind of training?
I want to hear from him. Let's do it.
Hello, my name is Mr. Ray, and I'm the woodshop teacher here at Kickapoo High School. I teach 3 levels of woodworking classes and 1 construction class.
Now, let's hear the answers about Miss Kim Harris in the A+ office, including that bonus answer.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Harris, and I graduated from Kickapoo High School, and I coached volleyball.
Okay, so tally up your correct answers, listeners. How many points do you have so far? If you've answered everything correctly, you could have a total of up to 12 points. This last round centers around current Kickapoo students and events.
Hello, Chiefs. It's the Governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Happy round 3.
Get to the chopper!
And now it's time for...
Round 3, the Student Center.
Question 11.
The Kickapoo Golden Arrow Band recently competed at a statewide marching competition, competing with 16 other bands in Columbia and became state champs. For 1 point, what is the theme of the 2023 Kickapoo Golden Arrow Marching Band marching show?
Question 12.
The Kickapoo Orchestra is preparing for the upcoming holiday music season. Did you know that our orchestra has 37 student performers in concert orchestra and over 50 students in advanced orchestra? It's one of the largest in Southwest Missouri schools. Mrs. Honeycutt leads these fearless fiddlers each year with a holiday tradition. For the last 10 years, what holiday piece has Kickapoo Orchestra performed?
Question 13.
The boys swim and dive team recently finished second at the Southwest Missouri meet. Our team shares a pool with the 4 other high schools in town. What is the name of the swim facility the boys must travel to each day to practice and compete?
Question 14.
Us Chiefs pride ourselves on our athletic programs. It's not uncommon for elementary and middle school aged athletes in town to work extra hard, preparing to make it on the Kickapoo varsity team one day. The success continues for our student stars as college signings showcase their dedication to the game. A major signing event on November 8th here at the Pooh took place. For question 14, name any of the 7 student athletes who signed to play in college that day.
Question 15.
The Kickapoo Scholar Bowl competition team recently squared up in Houston, Missouri for a tournament against 18 schools and earned 4th and 7th place with their varsity and JV divisions. For a point, and a possible bonus point, name any 1 or 2 of the 5 competition disciplines for a high school Scholar Bowl competition.
That was a challenging round, Kickapoo. So, Loudest, how many points possible could people earn on today's episode?
Well, if you add all 3 rounds together, you could earn up to a total of 18 points. So, without further ado, let's go over the answers to round 3.
For question 11, let's get the answer from one of the guys in charge, band director Mr. Aaron Scriven.
Hi, my name is Mr. Scriven.
And I'm Mr. Payne, and the theme for the 2023 KGAB Marching Show was
The Butterfly Effect.
The holiday piece that the KHS Orchestra has performed for the past 10 years, it's a classic. It's called Fiddle Like the Dickens, and it's a song that sure sounds like Christmas.
For question 13, what is the name of the place where our boys swim team practices every day after school?
The swim and dive team go to the Natatorium. It's located way over there on the east side of town by Costco.
Man, I would hate to have to drive that far every day.
Those guys are dedicated. Our 7 amazing athletes who signed this time are Kaylee Henderson for softball at Coffeyville Community College, Bailey Davis for soccer at Drury University, Zach Light will play baseball for John Wood Community College, and Silas McGee will also play baseball for Jefferson County Community College. Kaya Johnson will play volleyball for Missouri State University, and Hogan Smith will play basketball for Drury University. Bella Faria signed to play volleyball with Arizona State University. Great job and good luck with your futures in athletics. Now for our 15th and final question, let's get the answer from our very own sponsor of the Scholar Bowl team, Mrs. Odom.
Hi, I'm Angie Odom, and I'm the Scholar Bowl coach here at Kickapoo. And Scholar Bowl is a trivia team, and our subjects are literature, science, mathematics, fine arts, and history.
So count them up, Chiefs. How many points did you earn during today's KHS Trivia Challenge? We hope you got them all. And while you're getting ready to tap your phone anyway, please like and subscribe right now to our KHS Broadcast Podcast so you won't miss out on future episodes. Well, Lattice, how do we end this thing? You beat me to it last time.
I bet I can beat you again.
Oh, no, you can't. 3,
2,
1,
go Chiefs! You beat me, dude.